Hello and welcome to another episode of Fathom, the role-playing podcast stream. No, it's not a podcast. What am I talking about? The stream about in GURPS 4th edition, where we are doing a diesel punk urban arcana weird thing. I am Terry, your GM, and with us we have our usual crew of Ringy, or
Hi,
Colin, or whatever you want to call him.
Yeah, it's both. Gabriel Townsend, Vagabond. What's the term I've been using?
No.
I don't know. He's a smart guy, but also a hobo.
Then we have Everoth.
Hello, I am Jose Florezoro, your anthropologist.
And then we have James.
Hey, James. I play Colton Murphy. And, definitely a trigger man.
Then we have Jared.
Hey, I'm Jared, playing Adrian Finney-Kopp, Dutch cartographer, and probably guy who has had talking to, but I'm not sure.
And last but certainly not least,
He pulled a Kinsey. Kinsley? Fuck, I forget his.
I think I got called on there.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Luke. Maxine Elizabeth Lancaster is my in-game name. I'm a lady. I like to take pictures. I'm going to poison Colton Murphy. Oh, I'm never going to get the points to buy off that disadvantage, though. Never mind.
Why do you want to poison Colton Murphy?
Just to watch him die.
Pro tip, move to Reno first.
Okay, so you guys have been, after the craziness that happened last week, quick recap. So last week our characters fought off an invasion of a bunch of Fey troops of the Black Court, heading into their base. They built a small, terrifying bomb and threatened to blow up the enemy ship. And then, proceeded...
Made good on that threat.
Made good on that threat. Well, maybe you kind of, bailed before
We exploded.
you exploded, so... Still not quite 100% sure that went down, and I just realized I'm missing my logo on this page. Look what happens when a hard drive crashes. And I don't pay attention. There we go. God, this is a terrible stream. Anyway, we have, and also one of our intrepid characters decided to call, who was it you called?
Switzerland and France.
That's right, and to send planes, and they did. And now more people know about this whole craziness happening.
Oh no, we were being invaded and I asked for help from the guys 10 minutes away.
Oh, I wasn't saying that's a bad thing. I was just saying that it's caused repercussions, and now because of that, people have been... The whole Fathom project has been all but shut down because there's an international incident, because aliens and fairies and magical portals.
Mm-hmm.
I love all of those things.
And so the whole thing has been, on hold for a bit. For, good reason. And we're going to start with actually Jared this week. So it looks like you're hanging out in the Fathom room itself.
Well, I don't know where he'd be because I don't know what's happened to him over the past however long it's been.
Okay, so it's been 2 weeks. What would you guys have done with this?
Healed.
Yeah. Spent a lot
after
of
the
time
medical
reading.
bay.
Reacted to the events.
so like
My
this
character's
morning,
really tied up in that.
I'm sure.
Let's go through one at a
the
time.
infirmary this morning.
Let's go through one at a time. We'll start with Jared. What has happened? What would you have done over the past 2 weeks?
As I said, I react to events, what with him being the leak, basically.
Yeah, so, okay. The Duke is not pleased with you. I mean, Commander Godwin is good with it. Like, he knows you called in assistance for, an alien invasion, so he's fine with that fact. But the Duke in particular has been really pissy, and you've seen him fighting with Godwin a couple times, and I heard your name mentioned once or twice during those disagreements.
So it was basically just radio silence from the people in charge.
The people in charge have been dealing with stuff in the main city. So the actual travel to this area has been... This has not been the epicenter. Basically, diplomats and things have been off base, so you guys have been kind of left alone here for a couple weeks to your own devices, with the science crew and your general guard staff.
In that case, he'd probably just be in his room crafting defenses
All
for
right.
himself, like not like physical, like shotgun with a wire, like speech/political defenses.
Cool. All right, I will send you to your bunk then, and hopefully you don't fall through the floor. There you go. Then how about let's do the duo that was in the infirmary. Let's start with Ringy.
Yeah, so reading a bunch in the infirmary for several weeks, and then when they finally discharged me, I can probably help with negotiations if they need me to, since I speak a handful of different languages, but otherwise, I think going back in the library and trying to figure out more of what's out there.
Okay, cool. And sounds like James or Colton, you were training people. You saying?
Yeah, maybe just like with the couple of days I had, just start getting people here ready to start taking a command role and getting them prepped for that.
Okay. Ever, what about you?
He would be writing down all his anecdotes about this whole project down in a book that he's gonna name The Space Door.
Okay. I like it. And look.
I've been going out hiking every day, I think.
Alright, so
and
just
taking
enjoying.
pictures. Yeah. Having a picnic every lunchtime, drinking a bottle of wine every evening.
Sounds good. Alright. So, it's been like I said, a couple weeks. You guys have been doing your stuff. If you want to do any particular roles before we get into the main story, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to move on. No roles?
Finished my painting.
Alright. Oh, wow. There you go.
Boom.
It's an amazing painting. Critical success. Yeah. That's like, you feel it's some of your best work.
Rest easy that night.
Anyone else want to do any roles for this time? Nope.
What would I have to roll to write it all down?
It's I think it's artist or literature. I don't remember.
Write what all down?
Writing.
Oh yeah, well, I do have writing, so.
But what do you mean write all it down?
Well, he's making a book.
He's writing a book.
The space door.
Oh, okay, in that case, yeah, you want writing. If it were just your own personal journal, it wouldn't really be a role.
It's a good role,
Yeah.
though.
But the role is to make it interesting.
Okay, so James, oh wow, another critical success. That book is turning out really good. You're proud of it. Wow, you guys are just
Awesome. I include all the details. All the details. Horrific.
all right. So Colton and Gabriel, you can give me a hearing check if you would like, or actually, give me a hearing check. So yeah, you two definitely heard the Fathom crack open, like that kind of like lightning sound it kind of makes.
Oh, well, I grab a stack of ammo from where I am at the shooting range, and
Yeah, I've taken to carrying my pistol around with me at all times.
because you've kept needing it unexpectedly.
Yes.
All right. You hear maybe a couple shouts. You hear a couple shouts from the guards, and then no shouts from the guards.
Yeah, so I'll I make a tactically sneaky approach on this door. Oh, and I see that guy. I'm gonna aim.
All right.
And make sure I actually do approach. Help you!
He kind of turns and looks at you. Or kind of. He stops, looks at you, and goes, "Ah. One of the ones I wish to speak of, or speak to."
I'll drop my rifle.
The guards were not so understanding. They are unconscious. Not
Apparently
hurt.
we're gonna get some better training.
Children are easily subdued. He goes, "Where are your compatriots?"
Well, one of them's down the hall behind you.
Looks over his shoulder. Doesn't see anyone. Looks back and says, "Gather your compatriots. You are needed immediately. Bring respiratory gear. Meet at the base of your staircase.
What is respiratory gear?
You have lungs. You need respiratory gear to protect against smoke inhalation." And then just kind of walks past you and walks back into the Fathom room.
Was there a golem here just now?
Yeah, he said to get respiratory gear, whatever that means. Like, are we getting ready for like mustard gas?
Maybe a diving bell?
Yeah, I'm actually online and I'm like, I don't think they had anything in the 30s.
That's part of the fun.
30s gas. Oh, yeah, they had gas masks.
Yeah,
They absolutely had gas
used to have a
masks.
mustache.
But gas masks isn't going to help us with smoke because, you know, we need oxygen.
out of character. Can we not attach a gas mask to an oxygen?
I mean, you don't know.
Yeah, there's all filters.
I mean,
1930s.
grab some gas masks.
Fire.
I mean, you have them. You definitely have them, especially after all the stuff that went down during the Great War.
Yeah.
Does anyone want to hit the radio button? Like, again, you guys have been left to your own devices. This facility kind of has a skeleton crew at this point, especially with all the men recovering in hospital from that attack. I mean, Godwin
I'm
is
just going to
even here.
rephrase that and say that only 2 of you even know what's going on, and only one of you was told to gather your team.
Oh, yeah. I'll.
No,
Go
stay off
find-
the radio. We'll go talk to him in person. So keep a tight lid on all this.
It seems like Gabriel is running down there. Do you want to teleport, or are you good walking?
I'm almost there now.
Yeah, so while he's walking down there, it has been like a ghost town up in here because of the just sheer amount of injuries and stuff. They pretty much filled a couple planes worth of people and have been shuttling them, and those who have been left have just been kind of, you know, guarding on shifts. Okay, so Maxine, looks like someone just walked straight into you hear the door open.
Oh, sorry. Miles away. What's going on?
We've been asked to accompany one of those golems somewhere. So we are meeting in the Fathom room with our equipment.
All right. Doctor's bag. Equip! Door. Close!
It looks like we have a mission. One of the golems came through the Fathom and asked for us to go with him. He said we need rebreathers. Or I guess rebreathers don't exist. But, gas masks.
Has our command been informed of this?
Yeah, it's all taken care of.
Acting.
Should I roll something?
Yeah, okay, actually, that's probably fair. I should roll something to baldly lie at...
Your CO.
Oh, did he
You
officially
need
get
to
that?
succeed by 6.
I'm acting.
Tara,
No,
I
I'm-
guess
yeah, I'm not even rolling. I'm obviously lying.
while I'm up here, I'm gonna start getting gas masks and.
Everything? Okay.
Tara,
Good?
do our rooms have radios that can reach our superiors?
No, radios are pretty hefty in these during this time period. The main one that can reach is in up at base.
Could you teleport me there?
Yes, I forget that.
Where is Jose?
He's in his room.
I assume that his room was the one with all of the...
No, that's Colton's.
With the books? I doubt it.
Oh, where are you, Jose?
I think I might be on the wrong place because my bookcase has no books.
I think you're in the wrong place too.
Can you teleport me?
To your room? Sure.
Are the guards still unconscious?
Yes, they are knocked out. Okay.
There we go.
You definitely were in the wrong room.
Yes. I'll tell him the same thing I told everybody else. We have a mission. We're going to help the golem. Get your gear. Make sure you have a gas mask.
Do you want me to
Gas mask. All right. I'll just go and grab one out of the army packs that I see around.
Okay.
Who is our immediate superior?
Godwin, but he's off at the base, or in the city. Like literally
Who is
right
he?
now, Godwin, the guy the British chap.
Yeah, I mean, what city is he in?
I can't remember the name of the capital right now. I'd have to look that up. Maps.
The only place in Luxembourg, you mean?
Yeah.
Wait, are we in
Or sorry,
Luxembourg?
did I
thought
say
we were in
Luxembourg again?
Yeah,
Damn
you
it.
keep doing that. But I keep.
The
I mean-
strange-
a tiny European principality, so it's not out of the. Yeah.
Vaduz?
Liechtenstein. There it is. Yeah, Vaduz.
Where we. Is there any. Where would I think he. Specifically?
Well, they've been so basically what's been happening is they've been dealing with the countries that have spotted the thing and then let that information spill to other places. So it's basically the Duke has been dealing. The Duke and Godwin have been dealing with it because, of course, you know the Americans and like the British and all those guys have been involved, but the rest of countries that should be named because the right the hell next door haven't been.
So I would know what building he's in.
Yes.
Because it's a government building and all that.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Adrian will try to connect. We'll ask. We have operators, or do
I mean, it's not hard to connect if given enough time. You can just like call them up and.
yeah. Adrian will try to contact the building and ask to be connected to him.
We'll send a message right away. In the meantime, while you're waiting for him to connect, it looks like a bunch of people are in that room together, so we can actually speak, and you can hear too. But yeah, it'll take a couple minutes because he's not in the radio room. In the meantime, the golem looks at you all and goes, "Good, you have all arrived. We need the children's assistance."
What
could you
happened?
possi-
He looks and says, "The female first."
I was going to say, in what way could we possibly assist you?
We have found ourselves in a predicament where the Fae have been upset that we assisted you, and now our home base has been not quite taken yet, but is under siege, and you have proven to be rather elegant in dealing with the Fae, where we have trouble understanding and comprehending their thought processes at all.
Tempted to just turn around and leave.
They've helped us out.
Your
He is
assistance,
right.
your assistance will be rewarded.
I'm clearly aghast. Like, just.
The right thing to do would be to help them back after they help them.
He's not wrong.
It feels like they're just going to keep coming.
The Fae,
Does your plan put an end to them once and for all?
the Fae are too widespread across the galaxy to have them be stopped. And now that the Black Court knows where your planet is, they are the heaviest producer of Fae underlings, and they will not ignore a harvesting area like this planet.
So it is inevitable.
Unfortunately, but there are things we can do if you are able to assist us, we will be able to assist you. Because as of now, our concerns are unfortunate, focused in on our immediate problem. Once this immediate problem is solved, we shall be able to help you more.
I'm sure you're already up for this, Mr. Murphy.
James.
Mr. Murphy?
I'm sorry, what?
I just want to, like, turn and look at what your expression's like, actually.
Oh, it's probably, just focused on, he's like setting out gas masks and checking all the equipment and making sure good.
Oh, so you just continuing as if, yes, you were still just going to go and do this.
Pretty much.
Okay.
All right. In the meantime, Jared. Hello. This is Godwin.
Godwin, this is Adrian. I have information to report.
What is it?
There has been activity with the Fathom. A golem has walked through, and it is requesting specifically my team's support in defending their home world. He has also stated that future Fae attacks on Earth are inevitable.
Bloody hell. Alright. As of now, the program is on temporary hold, but those fellas, he sounds a bit confused about the terminology, but then settles on fellas, have helped us out quite a bit. So if we're not technically allowed to open the Fathom right now, because we're dealing with things, but if it's already open and your team happens to go through an already open door, what would I say to stop you?
What are the possible international... Okay, I'm missing the word. Here we go. Ramifications of us proceeding with this.
Right now, if they're asking... Right now, there's... The ramifications have already hit us square in the face like a brick. And if you've been hearing the things I've been hearing, I can't get into it right now. I would suggest that you do what you think is necessary, but with the thought in mind that these fellows have been helping us.
Very well, sir. Adrian out.
Over and out.
Turned around and it froze. Here we go. Does the game decache assets that aren't visible?
Yes.
Okay, that's why.
It helped. It was one of the things that I had to do to help with your crashing problems.
Gabriel. And I suppose you're just perfectly happy to...
Gabriel just ran up there, so I assume he's good with this.
I'm waiting. But I'm waiting here. Yes.
Oh, I am like currently putting together like belts of ammunition.
There's no official support for us to take action here, but there is no opposition to it. If we are to help them, then it will be under the table. We are not acting officially in any capacity.
Just like 1919 through 1932 for me.
I don't want to hear about your perverted past, Gabriel.
Excellent. The children will assist. Please, head through the Fathom.
I start handing them bags.
What are these?
Oh, I'm handing them to the big carrying stuff machines. Like, here, take this.
They kind of look down. Dunny goes, I accept your bags like the workhorse that I've been trained to be. He's been toying with joking lately. He's bad at
I'm
it.
sworn to carry your burdens.
I'll chuckle and say, that's better, that's better. Like, we'll keep practicing.
Alright, I still don't.
For now, we can use your help, though. Like, please help carry some stuff.
Alright, so they'll take the bags, and then I will load up the load.
Okay. Tara, I'm gonna up the quantities of a few things. Like
That's
just
fine.
grabbing a whole bunch of extra ammo and explosives, and like they were very not specific about what this was all gonna involve. So
Yeah. Alright.
That this mission is clandestine does not mean that we are outside the normal chain of command. And then Adrian will look at the new. What is it that you are requesting assistance with?
What is that noise?
Robocat?
It sounds like
They were Colin's mandibles.
well, we are in need of your non-mechanical thinking minds. So as of what you will do, we are still unsure. But the Fae have indeed started attacking our most recent city. So whether you speak with them and get them to leave, or bring up tactical and help us in a more physical manner, either would be acceptable. But non-golem thinking is what we mainly need.
What have been your current course of action?
Current action is when we are discovered, we move to a new cave system. But seeing as this has not happened in quite a while, we have built up, and moving has been a problem. So, if necessary, one of the options is to buy time.
Miss Lancaster, you seem unsure.
They've been stalling. They don't know what to do. They're being attacked just like we were. There's no saying that we could use the same plan again. We barely made it out of that alive. Just... be it today or at some point in the near future, we are all going to die because of the Fae.
Ka-ching! Not if I have anything to say about it.
If we manage to stop them there, they might never get to our place. Yeah, that's actually theoretically possibly possible.
We should go. We may discuss this more back at our city.
I pick up one of the gas masks and start putting it on.
Same.
Alright. I assume you're all booping through?
Yeah.
Yep.
I am.
And Tara, I have put a little check mark next to everything that was in those bags.
Oh, okay.
Just mostly mentioning it because there's like a 5-gallon jug of water and like 7 days worth of for one person,
Cool.
just in case. They said it was going to be smoky and uninhabitable, so I want water and.
You don't like eating raw?
Oh, Gabriel, why it didn't move you? That's weird. Let's try that again.
I was like, wow, their base looks just like ours.
So what, you don't want to try going without gas masks?
Oh yeah, everybody's got gas masks too.
Mhm.
Real men don't breathe.
So yes, as usual, it's pretty smoky in here, but James, stop moving for 1 sec. Why isn't it doing it? There we go. Dunny's following you.
Oh.
It's smoky, but it's not as smoky as you guys have been in here in the past. Like, it's definitely still thick, but, and with the gas masks on, it's doable. You're gonna have to clean out your filters a lot.
Oh, I probably put a bunch of extra filters in.
Welcome to our our current capital. This is our main golem breeding facility.
It's funny that you use the word breeding.
Yeah, my lip curls at it.
I think Colton just had a grinding halt in his brain when he was like, "What?"
But this has been our home for a very long time, so if possible, we would like to continue to use it. But that may not be that may not be a thing we can continue to do. Most of our units are engaged on the surface or are currently beginning evacuation preparations. Well, I am intrigued to know what your plan of action is. Do you wish to join the attacks, or would you like to seek an audience with the Fae?
To do what?
Organic life is considered under the Accords, but we are not.
What do you mean? What accords?
The Fae follow very strict guidelines when it comes to things like hospitality. But they do not recognize us as living beings, therefore we do not fall under the Accords. You could request an audience, and if they accept, you would be safe to communicate with them.
How have they been attacking you?
There are 3 Fae ships of the Summer Court above head, and they have been bombarding us and sending out their ground troops, especially with the new production of what were they? 1 second, I'm looking up at the list of creatures that they have. Of their elves, Vitilla, and Chupacabra.
What?
And what have they achieved?
Approximately 26% of our units have ceased. And they have blown several holes in the structure, or in the foundation of our cave system.
Damn chupacabras.
So the bombardment is mostly unable to penetrate the soil?
For now, they are persistent. And actually, I forgot to mention this. You guys can hear a rumbling every now and then, and dust like kind of comes down from the ceiling. They've already created several holes.
Well, I mean, even if we did go to negotiate, what the hell would we to achieve?
We
Unknown.
don't have anything to offer up.
We were seeing as we have always been unable to negotiate because of our unbiological nature. We do not know what would happen there. All we do know is organic life forms are considered under the Accords.
Okay,
What
we
do
can
they want?
request an audience, but we have no bargaining power. We have nothing to give them that will help you.
That is understood. I was just informing you of your options. We could just battle. We also may know of one of their Fathom locations. But considering there are 3 ships, an attack of that nature may not actually be helpful.
How
Well-
many Fae are there?
How many? There are 3 cities worth, as there are 3 ships, numbering in the thousands.
How do you, sorry to interrupt, but how do you plan us to get into those ships to negotiate?
You would
I
seek
mean,
an audience.
I don't-
What do they want from you? Why are they attacking?
They have been trying to eradicate us ever since the golems were created.
Do you know why?
For we were created to destroy them.
Ah,
You say there are only a few thousand attacking land troops?
So far, but there will be more in the ship.
How many?
Each ship can carry approximately 3,000 individuals.
How many ships do they have total?
Currently here on planet 3, but in total, the Summer Court is known to have approximately our last estimate was 8,947.
That's a lot of troops.
Not more than France.
Then victory is possible.
Are you
That is the
French?
Summer Court. You must remember that there is also the Winter or Unseelie Court, along with the Black Court, who is a production, who has the most life forms under them, for they are the production of all of the troops that the Fae use.
It's a shame
It's good.
we didn't get that bitch.
I have an idea.
That is why you have been brought here, for your ideas.
If I may, I look at everyone and I flip up the book that I was writing. I remember that we were suffering a few months ago by this winter wendigo that I still have so much to research. If we are able to get into the ship, do you think we will be able to get them into the ship as well? We might be able to do something with those.
The
you can
Wendigo,
lure a horde of Wendigo directly onto their ships.
the Wendigo
able-
are indiscriminate when they attack. They are mindless creatures.
If we are able to get them on the ship and then get out,
I mean, maybe not that. I've seen them attacking with Wendigos, so it's just, you know.
Actually, you have not seen them attack with Wendigos.
Oh, never mind.
You might be remembering a weird coma vision where you almost became a Wendigo.
Maybe. Oh yeah, that probably was that exact.
But wait, you've clearly not been actively eradicating the Fae, have you?
We have been trying, but their numbers increase as their resources are diverse, where ours need to be mined from and processed, where they only need human stock to create new soldiers.
Would you consider maybe changing your function to something other than destroying the Fae? If you were to do that, then I presume the Fae would no longer feel the need to eradicate you?
That's assuming. But a good assumption.
I mean, at this point, it's the best thing we got.
That has been our main goal, but that is just the kind of thinking we have brought you here for.
So what? We just go quest an audience and then tell them all.
Stop hitting yourself.
Hey, these guys don't want to be. I mean, I assume one of these courts is going to be kind of pissed off at us.
Certainly.
The
We
court
do.
who attacked you a few days ago was the Black Court, the production court.
What are
So-
their ships capable of?
Intergalactic travel.
Do
In
they have
terms
weapons?
of military, you say they have been bombarding you for days, and they have not been able to break in. When their ship showed up at our base, it was not able to take us out. An entire ship was unable to take out an under-defended base.
They did not shoot your base, for they wanted the human stock. That is the Black Court. The Seelie and Unseelie courts are much more aggressive in their goals and use
They-
high velocity kinetic weapons along with more ethereal types of weaponry.
What
Shame
sort
we
of
can't
destructive force are they
steal one
capable
of these
of?
ships.
Might be possible.
Sorry, multiple life forms were speaking.
What sort of destructive force are they capable of?
Their kinetic weapons
What can they do?
Their kinetic weapons are capable of causing mass damage as they fire massive pieces of metal at extreme speeds, causing meteoric-like impacts.
How far below the surface are you here?
Approximately 2 kilometers.
You are also going to say something?
Oh, it's a shame we couldn't steal one of these ships.
That could be more possible. If we couldn't hijack one of them, we could use it to destroy the other two.
Do you know how to operate their technology?
Yes.
What would we have to do to steal a ship?
Hmm.
We
Hijack it, of
have not
course.
hijacked a ship, for we are designed to destroy them.
But theoretically, if we tried to steal a ship, like what would have to be done?
You would have to close off the underbelly of the ship, for that is where most of their troops are, and then take out the creatures in the engine room and bridge.
We were told by another golem that all of their ships have a Fathom on board.
Most do.
What if we bomb their Fathom?
Not suggested.
They could respond in kind, and we would be crippled.
Luckily, as of yet, your Fathom address is not known, or frequency is not known to them. We have kept that secret on your behalf. They only know your location in terms of actual location in the stars.
Because of their ship's arrival 2 weeks ago, has been a major international incident on our planet. Most of the world was unaware of the Fathom, and now they are all wanting a piece of the pie. If you were to come back with us and offer each nation something in return for assistance, you would be able to acquire a much greater offensive force than just us.
Unfortunately, our timetable does not allow for interplanetary diplomacy. Our current calculations say that this base and all its occupants will be consumed in less than 37 hours.
That is enough time. There are active militaries doing drills. We could get them to the Fathom and send them into every ship that you have the frequency for.
We have the frequency for one of the above ships, not all three.
How many golems are here?
Currently in the city itself, 75. The rest are either off-world trying to find new locations, battling on the surface, or doing other various tasks to ensure our continued survival.
Then evacuate to Earth. Abandon this place. And if you are willing to offer, I assume, technology to the nations of our planet, you will be able to get assistance, especially once you're on Earth, and then the Fae attacking you would involve attacking us. That would mean that our nations would have a reason to band together against the Fae and send their armies to fight them.
That is an option, but it does not currently stop them from destroying our people.
We could go back and seek the general. Maybe we could get some more units to help defend this place.
Destroying your people, there are 75. We're
On
speaking to
in
a
the city,
not insignificant chunk.
in the
Where
city,
else are they?
on the surface, battling and protecting the Fae, or protecting against the Fae.
And how
Can
many
we call
troops?
them and they can evacuate.
How many troops do you have fighting?
Currently on the surface, 2,000 approximately.
And it's just a losing battle of attrition?
That is why we called you. We need outside thinking, and or those who are able to speak with the Fae on our behalf. We have already considered that your request to send us to Earth is an acceptable one, but time will be needed to evacuate our troops.
Can I get somewhere where I can see current battlefield?
This would not be suggested for you would die of the sulfuric acid.
Well, there goes all my ideas about using chemical warfare.
Yeah, that's not very helpful.
What do your people eat?
We consume, or we use advanced fusion technologies.
I do not know what that means.
As you are children and would not.
I think it means that they squished two things together. Kind of like the chef I went to. He liked to take Indian food and mesh it with Mexican food, and it got weird, but it was tasty.
You have to give me the episode for that later, but let's just focus. I do believe that our best chance would be in getting a hold of one of their ships. Maybe with some help we might be able to do it, as time is of the essence.
If you could buy us time, that would be acceptable, or you could attack their ships directly, would also be acceptable. However you wish to go about this is your prerogative. Just know that we are losing numbers with every passing moment. I will give
The
you...
only fights we have won have been ones where we had surprise and immediately retreated. We could take out a few soldiers on their ships, but we cannot hold them.
What if, and let's just consider, what if you are able to operate their ships, can you turn them off?
Of course.
Can you turn all of them off?
No. Only the ships we are on. There is no kill switch for across ships.
But what if we link them together once we are on one of the ships? At least their inner systems.
There is no cutoff switch between ships. You would have to do it individually on each ship. But this is the kind of thinking we...
Well, do you guys have any idea what the Fathom address to these?
We have the
Ships
address
might
for
be-
one. We have the address for one. The other two are unknown to us.
Well, so like, what if, and I'm speaking kind of hypothetically here, what if we set up the Fathom to go through that and then run a retreat that takes them right into an assault from behind onto that ship?
What do you mean?
I mean, like, we start a retreat, you know, we get all of those troops coming back, and that, you know, thinking that they are routed, you know, I would assume that they are going to push the assault. Like, they're just going to, as soon as you guys start running, they are going to send everything on an assault. So as soon as you guys are evacuated to Earth, we start a retreat, and then as soon as the retreat starts getting to about here, we make sure to hit the Fathom right here, connect to their ship, and then we just start sending everybody through to the center of their ship.
So they are clearing out their ships of troops as we are boarding the ship?
As we're boarding the ship.
Sounds like a plan. I mean, we could even make those troops stranded in one of the other Fathoms that we have information about once we get into their ship.
How long would it take to recall your troops?
It can be done immediately. The order can be given immediately, but it would take several hours of strategic retreat to be able to get back down here without losing all ground.
Several hours.
Indeed.
Continue.
I mean, part of what I was thinking that would make this strategy work is, as soon as they are at a place, like we're going to give up everything. Like, for this plan to work, you're going to lose everything. They are going to take command of everything. But we get a ship out of it. And that should be enough. We should have enough surprise on our side. Like, this might work.
It indeed could.
As violent as the idea is, it sounds like a rather good plan.
It is only a short-term plan, though. It deals with one assault. How can we use that to press our advantage further?
All we need currently is the immediate situation solved, so we do not die out completely. The war will never be over until the Fae are completely dismantled, but the battle is the current problem we need to solve.
Well, and if we can do this, you can fly the ship. That should give us enough surprise on the other ships. Like, we gotta hit it hard. We gotta hit it fast.
What if we hit
What year
through?
is it?
33.
Oh, okay.
What if we hit the ship through the other two ships?
We could use their kinetic weapons to fire, although it would not destroy them immediately, seeing as they are designed to fight each other. For the Seelie and Unseelie often attack each other.
Yeah, but I mean, if we can hit this thing hard and quick, we would have surprise. So I mean, even if we could take out one ship, just focus everything and take out one ship, that gives us a fighting chance with the other, right?
We also have been informed that this current ship we have the Fathom location to is installed with the new jump technology that has been being installed on ships. So theoretically, we could, once we gain access to the ship, move it anywhere we wish.
See, now that's an option.
This is all basically retreat, though. It involves pulling your troops back here, and then there is still a losing battle overhead. Why not reserve your strength and focus on being ready for the next battle?
We'll be abandoning this planet entirely. But if we can take that ship and escape, then we could facilitate their evacuation to Earth.
Well, and if we could escape, if we get this gets a ship, this gets us something to study. We got some eggheads who could probably give us a lot of information with one of these ships.
We also have our allies here who are unwilling to give us that information that they already possess.
As stated before, on completion of this assistance, the children will be rewarded.
You are willing to give us the military technology to take this fight to the Fae, then?
You will be, in our eyes, you will no longer be what we met when we first found you in our library, and we will be able to assist you more.
That wasn't a yes.
So look, I'm not sure what all the politics is and everything, but right now, like, you're fighting a losing battle, and 5 of us children ain't gonna make much difference. I think we got a plan that at least gets us survival now.
That is all we require at this moment in
Like,
time.
If you guys can survive, if we can come back with the technology and the understanding to actually take the fight to the Fae, there's a lot of us back on Earth. If we can really do that, we could, in fact, help you build here, retake here.
It might be even possible to finish the battle if we successfully take over one of the ships, eliminate the other one in a surprise attack, and bring the battle to Earth, where we could have an advantage. We'll
We
be
don't
fighting at
want
home.
that at all. No, but like if this is gonna work, if we're really gonna be able to help you, you have to bring us up to your level.
You said there are a few dozen golems down here and about 2,000 above.
Correct.
Is that all this entire planet?
That is on planet. There are others off-world scouting for new places to go. Approximately, our numbers are 4,200.
Okay, and how many troops would we be able to pull back for this plan of feigning a retreat and then going to the Fathom to their ship?
2,000. Approximately.
So why not just retreat? Why risk this battle when you are going to retreat afterwards anyways?
Pussy. It's a shit.
The full retreat was our last resort, but we had no place to go. But if we were doing the retreat option, we wanted you to distract them so we could indeed retreat without losing a significant amount of our forces. If we are to retreat strategically like this plan enables, and a tactical advantage like taking the ship would be required for it to be worth our ending the lives of so many golems.
I see.
If we are to only retreat, we need time for your distraction.
In that case, I do think it is best to send some of your troops up onto the ship and have the rest. Well, many people would not like it, but back to Earth could work. And then, with that promise of military technology, you would likely be welcomed. And then we would be able to set up to fight future battles.
Again, that is long-term plans. We currently are worried for our own survival. What is your final decision on how you will assist us? Kind of looks at you all. I mean, inquisitively, maybe. It's really hard to read this thing.
I am confused by your reasoning.
Our numbers were once great, but over the centuries we have lost significant numbers to the small percentage we are now. We are
I am
frightened.
offering you a way to win the war. To have your people survive, and you do not care to talk about that, only worried about this battle?
We're worried about
Is
our
that why you've
survival.
been wiped out?
We are worried about our survival at this moment in time, seeing as this battle could be the last blow for the golems. This is why we reached out to the children for assistance. Please.
So you're unwilling to retreat to Earth
We are.
after proceeding with this plan?
That is
plan of-
not what we said.
It kind of is what was said. Because he said he was unwilling to do that, talk about long-term survival and consider that option
No, he
when
was.
Adrian suggested them retreating to Earth and also doing the fake retreat onto the ship thing.
What is he saying, like, out of character?
Yeah, he's been trying to say that at this moment in time, he's willing to retreat wherever he needs to go, but the long-term planning of who is giving what to who, or where they will eventually settle, is inconsequential when their entire race's survival depends on this one battle.
This is only half the population. The rest are kind of scattered. Go into hiding.
So are you willing to retreat to Earth or no?
Yes, we said we'd be willing to retreat, but not continue the current conversation about who will be given what and at what time.
It is an important conversation to have right now because once you're on Earth, there are more of us than there are of you, and there are many, many different groups that answer only to themselves, and you will need to deal with them. Are you willing to deal with them?
Those conversations will happen as they come, as we are willing to deal with them, but at this moment in time, we are concerned for our survival.
You are willing to eventually continue to fight them.
Of course.
Good, that is what I was asking. In which case, I am in favor of this, but despite being your commanding officer, I would rather have complete agreement on this.
Amen.
I don't
I don't
see
have
any
any
other
other
option.
ideas.
But I don't think I'll be participating personally.
If we do not want to take the ship, if you could cause a distraction and a temporary ceasefire, giving us time to retreat to your home world, or to the library, that would be an acceptable option.
Conversing with you has been difficult, and you are on our side. You expect us to try and get a ceasefire with our enemy?
A temporary one, as accordance with the Accords, would be probably acceptable to the Fae.
What do you mean, why? What is in these accords?
They follow what everything is in the Accords is not fully known because we have not been allowed, but what we have been gleaned from our creators and other organic life forms is that if you are indeed given guest opportunities to speak on our behalf as an organic life form, you may make requests and conditions during that time that will be absolute. If those are broken, whoever breaks said accords will be severely punished by the other Fae.
They have already broken them then against us. We have been taken prisoner.
Did you request an audience during that time?
We were at an audience, and then they made a move to imprison us, to which point...
Did you request an audience with them?
We did not specifically
Then
request an
therefore,
audience.
they did not, in their eyes, did not break the accords. Both options are acceptable. Either speak to them and give us time to retreat, or we do this feint retreat and try to take their ship.
How much time do you need to fully retreat? Exactly.
If full retreat instead of strategic retreat, we could theoretically do it in less than an hour.
I'll speak to them.
I was just about to ask how we would do that.
I'll request an audience. Alone. I might take Jose with me, if his brain's in his skull right now. But his
I think
gas
he's
mask
astral
seems to be
projecting.
upside down, and he's passed out there.
You'll say?
No, yes,
He's
definitely,
AFK for a minute.
definitely passed out.
Right.
But while you prepare for this massacre of one party or the other, I'm certainly willing to request this audience and at least distract them for you
This would
while
give
you
us
get off the
time.
surface.
This would give us time to bring everyone back to the city.
Very well. How do we get in contact with them?
Beep, boop, 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 boop.
You could simply step through the Fathom and request an audience.
Yeah, okay.
That might alert them to the fact that we know their frequency, though.
It would
But this
indeed.
plan does not involve taking their ship, and it buys us enough time to get them all out of here. It is one ship, they have thousands.
We have none.
We will have them. And he points at the golem.
Golems, yeah.
If you do this course of action, we do suggest that you do not break the accords, as it would be punishable to your entire planet. Do not attack when you are in as a
Colton,
guest.
you stay here.
Gulp loudly, I think, at that. Okay.
Although, we could have our forces ready to do a full-on assault if we wish to take their ship after the meeting.
No, the meeting is to get you out of there. We are not sure if the meeting will even be a success, if whoever goes will be able to return.
Understood. As of now, this will give us time to return back to here instead of the surface, and then we can move from there.
Perhaps we should take a short break. Ever had to go AFK, and I don't think we can continue on to the meeting without his input.
I agree.
It's a good... yeah, we've been doing this for a bit now, so yeah, we'll take a 5 or 10 minute break and be right back. And we're back. All right. So, Gabriel, or not Gabriel, Jose looks a little bit like he's kind of getting a little woozy there. He's kind of floating back and forth, and then he just hits the ground.
Dibs on his hat.
Run up to him.
Give me a medical check.
Jose, what is wrong with you? Success by 0.
Looks like pretty obvious to tell. It is smoke inhalation.
Oh, dear God.
Looks like his mask didn't get put on 100% correctly.
So Jose became Australian.
Oh my God!
The reaction. I'm laughing at the reaction.
Yay, global warming. Okay. But yes, Jose currently.
I'll fix his gas mask and kick him a couple of times. I don't know.
So Maxine, you were going to go.
Yes. And I
Alone,
understand.
or do you want someone?
I'm perfectly happy to go alone. I feel like these accords are probably shaky at best, and I may get turned into one of those perverted creatures.
Johnny does not agree. He would go with you if he was accepted by the Accords. Please bring another human with you so you can be protected, my friend.
Scant protection. You said there are thousands of them on those ships?
Indeed. But their forces will be limited because a good number of them are on the ground.
I don't think 2 will make much difference. And I think going forward, this fight's going to need all of you a lot more than it'll need me. In case the worst happens, obviously I'm planning on coming back. The first thing I'm going to say is I want an audience, and then the second thing I'm going to say is tell me the details of the Accords, start to finish. Provide me with the Accords in a format I can read.
As well, you might want to make sure you head to another planet before coming back to Earth.
Yeah, you do have the addresses. Or the frequencies for a lot of them.
The one where we got the crystal is probably the best.
The cave system? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Can someone note me these down in a format I'll be able to recreate?
Adrian will write down the frequency for that planet with the, what were they called? Adrenosaurs? Yeah,
Yep.
Adrenosaurs or something.
You put them together all wrong. Oh no, wait, they were put together already and running around.
So are you heading alone then?
Looks like it. No volunteers.
I need to discuss things with our higher ups and possibly escalate things. Definitely escalate things.
Well, be careful Jose doesn't die, won't you?
I will do my best.
Alright. So, we'll start with Luke and then circle back to you guys. Is that okay?
Sure.
Alright.
Go on then.
Crack. He'll do the line and then...
Well, wait. Bye, everyone. Oh dear, too late. Oh well. I request an audience. Audience. I request an audience. I request an
Dormammu,
audience.
I have come to request an audience.
I request an audience. I cup my hands together and bellow. I request an audience. I'm not a golem. Hello. I request an audience.
Kind of looks you up and down and goes, "Of course. Do you wish to request an audience with our master or mistress?"
Yes, whoever's in charge here. I wish to negotiate an immediate ceasefire. I would also like sight of the Accords in their entirety.
Wait here, where I shall bring the mistress.
And the Accords, please.
They are not written as such in the language you could read.
Awkward.
So,
I just do a little wee in my pants.
a couple minutes later, you will see someone approaching. Ah, hello, human. You requested an audience with us?
Yes. Further to the Accords. I've been led to believe that there are Accords.
You are entitled to those rights. You shall be a guest as long as you are on the ship and do not present any hostilities to us. Or
Are you in charge of the offensive here?
I am one of the ship's commanding officers.
I would like to ask that you stop the attack.
On what authority?
None.
Are those loathsome golems yours? She kind of narrows her eyes at you.
No. I don't
Then you have
own them.
then there's no right of ownership to protect. If you wish a ceasefire, you as their organic master would have to take ownership.
I'd be willing to declare ownership. I don't believe anyone does at the moment. Why don't you declare ownership? You know, they're perfectly willing to stop eradicating you, or trying to.
Oh, funny human.
I'm not joking. They're just trying to escape.
Of course they are, so they may slaughter more of us. But are they yours?
Yes? I say unconvincingly.
All right then. Temporary. There will be a temporary ceasefire. In the meantime, you shall come with me to speak with the others.
Very good.
Right this way.
And I believe you were saying something about the Accords.
They are known. What do you wish to know about them?
Everything that will help me live.
You are a guest here. As long as you do nothing to try to attack or harm us in any way, you will be fine, and then return to whence you came. Right this way.
This is creepy.
Do not dawdle. Wrong way, little one. This way. as you enter, like that thing literally does do that. And like is staring at you.
Pleasant greetings to the summer court.
Pleasant greetings. This one says that she owns those golems and wishes to speak on their behalf for a temporary ceasefire while we have a meeting.
I did say that.
And they look at each other and go, temporary ceasefire is accepted under the accords.
I hope you guys is retreating.
So, what do you wish to discuss with us?
Now might be a good time to change scene while I think about that for a second.
Okay, we can do that.
Thank you.
All right. On the ground level, things start happening quick. Like as soon as you stop hearing the like rumbles from the attacks from above, you guys they just start streaming down.
Connect to ours. We will go through first.
Understood.
I'd like to help support the retreat.
You are welcome to stay here and help us. So Jared, you're heading back?
Yeah, Adrian is heading back through the Fathom. And it would be a total dick move if he ordered them to destroy the Fathom once he got through.
That would be a total dick move.
But that would have involved lying, and I didn't roll for that.
Alright, who else is going? Looks like Gabriel. Are you heading back too?
I was hovering half a meter above the floor for a second. It was like someone was holding me by the back.
Gabriel, you too? Colin? Ringing?
Yeah, sorry, I forgot I was muted.
Okay.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of good that I can do here.
I brought a lot of explosives. I want to go place it all at the mouth of the cave.
Alright, give me a demo check.
Remember that those don't work as well as anti-personnel weapons as you expect, and should really be more for demolition.
But that's exactly what I'm trying to do. I want to bring down the mouth of the cave. And I feel like the 40 pounds of TNT I brought.
Oh, that's equivalent to 40 pounds of TNT.
Yeah.
Someone get G-Calc up.
I probably got some time. I can take some time on this.
Oh,
right?
yes, you can.
Okay.
Because we're just...
Yes.
Because, well, maybe. We'll... But yes, we'll assume that Luke doesn't absolutely screw up this conversation. So go ahead and give me... Oh. Was that with time taken?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, that was with not time taken.
Okay, so...
Although, yeah, I mean, it should only take, like, 20 minutes to get +1.
Yeah. So you set it up barely. I'll let you give yourself a notice. Like you're starting to walk away, and you like stop and think about it for a second. Go, wait a second. Did I put those wires in the right order?
If you want me to, I got a whole. I haven't spent a single this game, so I got a few of them. I could just spend 2 points right now.
You're just think about it and expect. Sure,
Yeah.
I will let you do it because it's funny. And I just noticed some of the consoles are hovering off the ground. Way to go, Tara. Okay, yeah. So in the meantime, you guys are back at on Earth. What are you doing?
Are the soldiers awake?
They're rubbing their heads. Yeah, there's a couple around. I just didn't create the characters.
Am I the highest ranking person here?
Currently, yes.
You have new orders. There are there are golems coming through. Lots of them. You are to assist them in setting up a whatever sort of makeshift shelter they require in the valley below this castle. I am going to contact my superior and his superior, and however high I must go, we are not going to fall to the fay.
They all look at each other and look back at you for half a second and they go, yes, sir.
And then Adrian will go to the radio and try to get that hooked up, so deal with...
Okay.
Too many tabs, Gabriel.
Yeah. So I was just going to help coordinate the evacuation. This castle's going to fill up really quick with 2,000 robots. So, sort of, block off areas for certain. I don't even know if they're coming through supplies, but as they start coming through, do some sort of coordination just to keep it from, backing up.
Okay, I at the very least, a lot of the tents are empty now. Like I said, it's been a skeleton crew the last couple of weeks.
Also, it's 2085, exactly.
Give or take. He said approximately 2,000 because he doesn't know how many were died in that fight.
Yeah, that was the joke.
Oh, okay. Give me a... Oh, shit, would this be soldier? Yeah, soldier or administration or something like that. I don't...
Leadership?
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Leadership role. Gabriel.
I don't have that.
I think that defaults to IQ minus 4 or 5? If someone's in that section of the book. Could you look that up real quick?
Which skill?
Leadership.
IQ minus 5.
Okay. Yep. So give me an IQ minus 5 then. Okay, you're trying. You think you're being helpful. And as they start coming through with stuff, you're just telling them, go over there, or you go in this room, and things like that. And it's not hindering per se, but you're really not helping.
That was DX.
Yeah,
Oh.
what's your IQ relative to your DX?
Oh God. I believe it's 2 higher.
Oh,
Yes.
Then you make
I
it on
made
the
it
nose.
right on.
Yeah, okay, then you actually are helping. You can, in some of the empty rooms and stuff, you're informing them to, put their stuff, because it looks like they are definitely coming through with items and things, like technologies that are making your mouth salivate a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, you start helping them, and then there's a decent amount of room, and the castle itself, and then the hangar bay, and all. There's places to put people.
Okay.
All right, and so I don't think we have Ever back, so we'll jump back to Lucas there.
you're... Well, first off, violence isn't ever going to solve anything in the long run. It's just going to cause more suffering, alright?
They look at each other and look back at you like you just said like if you just said, gobbledygook, foot goes in here.
Shoe on
Sorry
her.
to interrupt, but in Crusader Kings 2, there's an event where if your ruler's insane, they can decree that violence is banned in their realm.
Oh my god. Sounds good.
How do you enforce something like that?
I don't know,
Continue.
because
Y'all had to think about it for a sec.
Luke, violence doesn't solve anything.
it doesn't. It's just... And the golems can be told this. I don't know who told them to destroy all of you, and I don't know why they told them that. But obviously, that is not an appropriate reason for existing.
Then we're in agreement. We shall make them no longer exist.
No. We shall change their reason for existing. Or rather, I shall. Your involvement isn't really needed in that. Rather, your complete lack of involvement would be preferred.
What? And they look at each other and go, what court are you?
Of my own court. No one else's.
They kind of narrow their eyes at you and go, you are a wild one then.
If that is what you would call me.
One looks at the other like with a lot of concern in her like eyes and goes, "O wild one leader, they have not sent a wild. There has not been a wild one leader in generations." One kind of pulls closer and goes, "And it's human too." She's like right up next to you, like her face is like right up next to your cheek, like examining you.
I'm pretty terrified looking. I'd imagine. I don't know what you're talking about, but it sounds like you're probably wrong.
You claim to be of no one's court, so you are a wild one. You have ownership over a mass number of golems. What other creatures do you have under your control?
On Earth, nobody owns anyone. We stopped doing that. And for good reason.
They like, Earth? What Earth? They kind of, like, where is this Earth?
Relative to here, I've got no idea.
Well, you wish us to stop attacking those who attack us. What do you offer in exchange for such a thing?
That they will never attack you again.
They have already killed thousands of ours, and one restitution is needed for such things. Yes, we cannot simply ignore the things they've done.
We can. We can. We can.
They seem to have a leader of sorts. He could be tried and sentenced.
You have claimed ownership over them. You are their leader. They are
Very
things.
well. Then try me and sentence me as you see fit.
They look at each other and like eyes kind of go wide for a second and they smile and say, you as the Wild One's leader are offering yourself in exchange for them?
Yes, why not?
And you will undergo a trial via the Sealy Court.
If that's what it takes for you to stop this stupid endless war.
They look at each other and say, they look and stare at each other for a while. You don't know what's going on. They look back at you and goes, agreeable, our queen will try you, the Wild One leader, under the accords for tribunal for the actions of your creatures. And they shall be forgiven of their crimes and let free for the time being. If they do continue to commit crimes against the Fae, we shall strike them down. Also know that you are only dealing with the Seelie Court, and any other courts or wild ones will not be affected in this deal.
Deal.
Excellent. Then you shall be a guest here, and as long as you don't cause problems, you shall until your trial. Sorry, I had a brain fart. Until your trial, you are a guest here and will be treated as such. But know, if you try to break the accords, your death will be swift and painful. Understood.
Understood.
You may also select a single, or you may select an ambassador during your trial. But in the meantime, we shall stop attacking these things and move on.
Out of character, I choose trial by combat and nominate Colton Murphy as my
Fun
champion.
fact, ambassador means ritual sacrifice in their language.
Colton Murphy.
We shall... and yeah, all of a sudden you hear the, like, the ship kind of stop, or you actually, it stopped firing a while ago. So yeah, it starts just kind of, over the next little bit, you start hearing more and more, noise on the ship, like just people going about their business. And you should turn around.
Yeah, these.
No,
these two.
the other one's in the hallway.
Oh, oh, is that a chupacabra? It looks cute. Oh, you can't kill these things. They're cute.
That's not a chupacabra.
Oh no, yeah, I think I've seen this before. It's just the wingless bat.
But anyway, yeah. So on the Colton, you're setting that thing up, ready to collapse that cave, and you see all of the guys that were on the ground, like, not shooting, but definitely still on the ready, like on the defensive, off in the distance, just start vanishing.
Huh. Like our guys or their guys?
Their guys.
Well, that's probably good.
And then as they, like, are you staying there as they're starting to vanish to see what's going on, or are you heading out?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, like, this is a plunger thing. Like, my goal is when the last of them come through, I'll set it off and seal the cave entrance.
Yeah.
Usually plungers are used to unclog.
Wah, wah. So yeah, actually, as they start vanishing, about after, like, you can't see them anymore, all three ships just, like, disappear out of the sky, and you just hear, like, the noise of three massive ships, the air displacing where they once were. Inwards.
Okay.
So, goosh, goosh, goosh.
Okay.
And you won't go out there because it's raining acid, but
Yeah, I'm not planning on going out there. I'm literally just trying to seal our retreat so that way we can get everybody through the Fathom under a little less fire.
But yeah, this was not at all the route I was expecting this to happen. Okay. So yeah. Maxine. Sorry, but I think you're out of the picture for a lot of the rest of this. If you want to pop back in before the end of the session, let me know, okay?
No, yeah, that's fine. That's absolutely fine.
There goes Ever. My AFK protocol's finally kicked in. Because I did program some AFK stuff. All right.
At 50 minutes?
I mean, an hour of non-movement.
He didn't move for 10 minutes before he left.
I mean, we were all just kind of standing there talking to the golem.
So, James, I'm going to kick you back to Earth. Is that okay?
Sure. Like, I assume the retreat goes okay?
Yeah, it's going splendid, especially now that there's not, like, ships to taunt them or anything.
Okay.
So yeah, you get back, and it is getting crowded in here fast. Jared, I'll pop to you real quick. You get your Godwin on the line. Hello?
This is Adrian. I have some new developments to inform you.
How did it go with the golems?
I should first say that the golems, they only seem to wish to interact with us. Myself, Miss Lancaster, Mr. Townsend, Mr. Deflo... Is it does something for us?
DeFlores is good. But, yeah,
Mr.
Oro,
Flores de Oro
that's it.
and Mr. Murphy. They do not seem to wish to communicate to any others, and so I believe this changes the power dynamic, as it were.
Indeed.
So now I should tell you that I am speaking for them and on their behalf, and there are over 2,000 of them evacuating through the Fathom to Earth.
What? Why I thought giving you this command would be the smart choice. You sent 2,000 automatons to the most... Oh, dear God.
May I speak with your superior, officer?
That would be the Duke. He
is busy with important international negotiations?
Yes.
I think there is something he needs to know.
What, by God's name, would that be?
I shall speak with him.
Okay, all right, fine. It's a couple minutes later. As Gabriel... we'll come back in a sec. Gabriel, one of them... I'll pop them in. As they're going through... comes down, because I'm just spawning her right there. She's next to you. Ah, hello, Mr. Gabriel.
Hi there, little red thing.
I'm here to inform you that as this evacuation is happening, I'm to remind you that this facility is on loan to you by our people. Or this castle.
I will be honest, not everybody here will see it that way.
When we discussed letting you continue to use this facility, that was the understanding when we first met. Do you remember?
No, but I couldn't tell you what I had for breakfast.
Well, I'm here to remind you of that fact. And as for our agreement for rewarding you for helping us in this achievement, those currently in the library and your group who we've grown to trust will continue to be able to be allowed to use here. Otherwise, this facility is now under our control again. Or this castle.
You didn't think about discussing this before we came through? This is going to get Adrian in a lot of trouble, so I'm all for it.
Excellent.
Bastard.
So, in the meantime, oh,
Yeah, I'm sorry. Was there more?
in the meantime, oh, hello, as you approach there, Colton.
What's gonna get Adrian in trouble?
The golems have graciously decided to allow our team and the handful of people that are here now continued access to the Fathom and the castle. But beyond that, this is now their facility.
Oh, that's not gonna go over real well at all.
Nope.
This was, sorry, but as I was saying to them, that this facility was, or this library was technically ours to begin with, and we allowed you to use it for your continued operations.
Well, that's great. What about the reward for getting your people out?
Oh, yes, of course. Those things will start to happen with your team being the ones to achieve that reward, seeing as you are the ones that we made the deal with. It has been decided among us that since you are not a single cohesive unit, such as your nations that you described earlier, that negotiations with such a large group would be impossible. So you will get shared with the technology, and your planet will be and we will deal with your planet as necessary. But for the time being, you are part of the Golem alliance.
Well, this is not gonna go over well.
You remember that
at
episode
all.
of Stargate where Daniel Jackson gets a bunch of knowledge downloaded into his brain and becomes evil?
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
Adrian is the one who has the power here, and he just became Daniel in that scenario.
Well, I look forward to working with you two. As do we all. And we will start constructing our facilities for production of more units immediately. She kind of gives a bow and then looks across the room and goes, "Oh, you have a completely functioning power crystal. That will help things along very well, seeing as we won't have
Hold on. That is ours. That is ours.
That is ours. We did achieve that.
But we could probably negotiate some sort of a lend lease.
Of course. We won't take anything that was rightfully yours. That is not how we work, and we appreciate you working with us. But if you wish to continue to defeat the Fae, like you said, use of it will be helpful in constructing new units.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
All right. Thank you for your time. And she starts just kind of walk off with the rest.
All right. I think we should probably go find Adrian.
He's just across the room. You can see him on the radio. As he finally, Adrian, this is where catch up on timeline. You get. I don't know what an accent from this area sounds like, so I'm just gonna talk normally. Hello, it's the Duke.
Hello, this is Adrian.
Hello. We're quite busy. What do you need?
There are new developments with the Fathom, and you have read the reports. You're familiar with the golems?
Of course. Did you get technology from them? How we can do so much with that.
They are only willing to directly deal with us, by which I mean myself, Mr. Murphy, Mr. Townsend, Miss Lancaster, and Mr. Flores de Oro.
But you'll get technology for me, right?
There is an agreement in which they will help us in our war against our common foes.
I mean, the war is over.
There was a single ship that was destroyed. They have thousands of ships.
Wait. We won the war against the Axis. Was it the Axis? What was it in the Great War? Can't remember.
I'm not quite sure.
You are definitely not on the same
Liechtenstein.
page.
Yeah. Our war against the Fae.
Oh, of course. And at this point, you notice these two approaching you from the sides, Colton and Gabriel.
Do you want to tell him, or should I tell him?
And since they are...
y-
gonna continue the
y-
conversation for...
You seem to have the silver tongue for this sort of thing.
And since there are... And since there are more... They are only communicating to us, we will need to be in a position to engage with the world nations and ensure these reforms. And so I am asking that you make it so that we, by which I mean my team, led by myself, are considered as at least equals with the world powers.
Oh, you hear it cut off. He starts to chuckle, and you hear the line cut off. Like, obviously, he pushed the button. And then you eventually hear him go, oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say there's more that you should probably tell him.
He thought I was joking. He will soon be given reason not to, because I was not able to get to the part about 4,000 golems here.
There's more.
What?
Not more golems, but there's, yeah. They've decided that they are regaining possession of their library. However, they have graciously allowed the 5 or 6 of us to continue to have access.
Okay, so they will oppose the Duke trying to take control of this. So we are not really in a different position. Just we need to cooperate a lot more with the golems as well.
I go to bed, and there's thousands of golems here!
Yes,
What's going on?
they're evacuating, and then they're going to help us fight the war.
She looks around and goes, they're staying?
They will be down in the valley. We will have to discuss with world leaders on where exactly they can go.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm going to talk to all of them. I'll see. And she just runs the hell off. West, your engineer. And then finally the radio clicks back on and goes, oh, that was a good laugh.
It is not a laugh. There are 2,000 golems evacuating here from their home world as we speak. They are offering their advanced military technology to fight against the Fae before the Fae invade, destroy, and enslave all of us. They are only willing to operate through communication and agreement with myself and a few others. I am not going to be relaying everything to you. As well, they have taken back their library. Do you recall that from earlier? In the mission reports? That they claimed it was theirs, but they would allow us to continue to operate?
Yes, but that's poppycock. This is our land.
Not anymore.
Do you wish to
Not
stand
anymore,
up
bitch.
to an army of 4,000 super advanced golems?
You hear, like... You can hear his... Like, just the pause. You feel the audible pause in communication. He calls back and goes, "That is my castle. My brother gave me my cousins gave that to me. That is mine. That is mine." And then you hear a click of the radio.
So here's an idea.
Yes.
Why would we side with him? Right now, we're being given the opportunity to craft a program ourselves for the benefit of all of mankind.
I'm not intending to side with him. I was attempting to use his influence to get us into that level of power.
And I will admit, I am a bit of a mercenary, so I am beholden to no flag.
I gotta kind of like walk over to a wall and pick up a random box that a golem put there, and walk back and open it, and it's full of like whatever weird ass golem technology. Like, I'm pretty sure that we can use this to get whatever level of power we need.
Mr. Townsend, where is their leader here?
I don't know. She's over by the reptile and horseless stables.
We should speak with her. It is...
I
We
do
should-
miss my horse.
Yeah, Tara, when are we gonna get the horse? I can't continue.
Season
Also,
2.
I do want to
featuring
mention
whores.
we have not heard from Maxine in a while. And, I mean, I know she hates my guts, but
Excuse me.
Yes, we will just have to hope that she shows up. In the meantime, we should discuss with them, with the leader of the golems, because we may face repercussions from Liechtenstein. But
oh yeah,
we're
there's
important-
about to be some.
we're
pissed
importing
off-
an army larger than theirs.
Well, if we're importing this army, we might want to tell them what's up. Like, I think.
That is what I just said, yes.
Okay. Yeah, these guys are not going to take to the sea. Well,
And I'm gonna go where I think you said that.
I mean, there's a lot of golems around, but
actually, you know what? At this point, I think I want to take charge of kind of getting the golems like moved around and.
I mean, yeah, for such a little base, they are just everywhere. Like it's
They were. Adrian ordered the soldiers to get ready to put them in the valley as well.
Oh right, okay.
Jose wakes
Triage
up.
this whole situation.
Okay, I chose wrongly, I think.
One more
Jose
down.
woke up.
It looks like Jose did. All right, some people might fall through the ground. Give me a sec, because I have to do this. Now that Jose's back. Or Jose, you actually back?
Yes.
All
Sorry
right.
about that.
You're fine.
Maybe we should take
I
a short
survived.
break. It's been an hour since our last break, and we also need to
Yeah,
catch everyone.
I think it's probably a good idea. Be back in 5. And we're back. So yeah, I think they were just gonna talk to the lady. So as you guys walk back in, she'll look over to you and go, "Oh, hello."
I mentioned that there would be political concerns on our planet.
Yes.
The tiny nation we are located in is not responding well to this, and they may attempt an attack, but their army would be small, and I'm going to attempt other diplomatic avenues to get us on the bargaining table with the great nations of the world.
Well, also, it has been revealed to me that the attack of our facility has completely stopped. So, we are still going to dismantle our building, our production facilities, and reassemble them here.
Yes, we will have to discuss acquiring land for you to use for that purpose.
We shall use the land around this area.
It is not that simple. We have to proceed diplomatically with the other nations, or they will not wish to deal with us.
This library and the mountain should suffice for at least a temporary construction facility. And I also have been informed by your golem companion, Dani, that you are in possession of a maker's mainframe.
What?
Damn
I
it,
do not
Denise,
know
you're
what
not
those
supposed to-
words mean.
Your base you spoke to in the cave system, where you got these creatures.
Yes, we discovered this frightening entity there. It wanted to turn us into them.
We would like access to this mainframe, the base mainframe, so we may learn more about the Maker productions.
Let's put a pin in that until the evacuation is complete.
Understood. In the meantime, the evacuation shall be underway, and we will be moving all personnel here. To accommodate the amount of space that is required, we shall also be taking claim of this entire mountain and all the living quarters around it.
That is where it gets diplomatically tricky.
Well, we'll discuss the diplomats with with your other world leaders, but seeing as we are already walking through the Fathom, it's not quite something that we can just, she kind of looks off to the side, ignore.
I have been in contact with a military chain of command in a neighboring nation called Switzerland. That is actually how our whole political fiasco began. Perhaps they would be willing to listen to me if our own Duke is not.
Well, we'll find that out later. But for now, she looks and shakes each of your guys' hands and says, "Thank you for your assistance. Our people probably would have perished if it was not for your coming to help us. The children are very understanding and compassionate, and we thank you from the bottom of our processing units."
Also, you're to construct a giant throne for me.
And with that, I think we're going to call it this week's episode of Fathom. What, again, your group did things I was not expecting, but I loved every minute of it. So, we will start off with the God King himself, Jared.
Hi, I'm Jared, played God King of Mankind, Adrian Fennekamp. Took control of a massive army, basically. Not control, but the world doesn't need to know that.
You just treasoned your way into a robot army.
Yeah.
And our hero, our apparently wild one queen, Luke.
Yeah. There's someone going about calling themselves God Emperor. But Queen of the Wild Ones is the real owner of that army. And once she gets away from this trial that she's undergoing, what for her wild ones having been fighting a 1,000-year war against the Fae, committing unmentionable crimes against them from some directive written long ago by some fucker. That's me. I'm sure my head will be cut off at the end of next session.
And our trigger man, who didn't see a lot of action this week, but was still important. We have James.
Hey, I am James, and yeah, I didn't watch the session.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
I wanted to steal a goddamn ship.
You might
could
have
still
that.
done that.
You still
kind of
might have that opportunity next week.
Maxine were like looking at that door, like, aren't they meant to be coming in there any minute?
My admiral.
And we had our always helpful ringing.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how helpful I was, but I for one love our new robot landlords.
And Mr.
Supreme General of the Republic Fennekamp.
And our lovely Everoth. He was muted.
I was your doctor, Jose Flores de Oro, and sorry I didn't do much this day as well, but I would like to say I hereby welcome our new robot overlords.
Jose made some good points during the discussion.
Oh yeah, he definitely
Awesome.
did. And I am Tara, your GM, and I look forward to seeing you for the finale of next week for Fathom Season 1.
2 weeks.
Or 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now for Fathom Season 1. And catch us on... Are you running the zombie thing this weekend?
I'm in.
Overmorrow may run this Sunday.
I will definitely tweet if Overmorrow is running, so follow us at Kobold Cafe on Twitter.
And for the way people seem to have actually viewed Overmorrow,
Yeah.
you will see a post about this on Reddit.
And catch us next Thursday for our Star Trek Pathfinder game. Oh, Star Trek Adventures Pathfinder. Pathfinder's the
Last
name of the
night's session
adventure.
was amazing.
Yes. Ringy, you wanna?
Yeah, I mean it's same time, this channel. What is next week is the episode titled Stowaways, and I'm really basing it off of one throwaway line that O'Brien said in God, I think it was Deep Space Nine. It might have been Next Generation. So, yeah, look forward to that.
Mail in what line you think it is, and you may win an exclusive T-shirt.
You know what? Yeah, sure. Why not? I've designed a T-shirt just for you.
Oh, we have a T-shirt already. Our lovely image. We could print that on
yeah,
a T-shirt easy.
Okay. There you
go.
We've got T-shirt money in the donation funds.
We really do.
Also, the schedule is up now on the website, thekoboldcafe.com, so you can get our schedule there. It's updated in real time.
And also, you can catch us on the Twitter, like Luke said, at Cobalt Cafe, and catch us here and on YouTube by searching the Cobalt Cafe.
In fact, I'm about to tweet, like and retweet for a chance to win a T-shirt.
But we will see you soon. Say bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, Dr. Nick.